Good day, good day, good day, good day. How everybody doing? Hey, just in case you're joining me for the very first time, I am Glaze Gibbs, and this is my ministry. Check out the merchandise, BGG, Brian Glaze Gibbs. Listen, get your signed copy of the Beyond Lucky, the Brian Glaze Gibbs story, a true story of change and redemption. If I, the one they call Brian Glaze Gibbs, can change, anybody can change. In order to get your signed copy, the blueprint that will stop your children, my children, any kids that are at risk from making that multi-billion-dollar prison system their permanent address, order your signed copy. Email me at Brian, Brian, Gibbs, Gibbs, 1201 at yahoo.com. Hey, today what I want to talk about the power of friendship. You know, here it is, you can love people so much and you follow people, but there's nothing wrong with following people, but following people for all the, the right reason, opposed to the wrong reason. Today I want to talk about my man, a good buddy of mine or whatever. I'm talking about Howard Pappy Mason. Pappy, a very powerful, strong brother. And when you look at it, and I sit back and I think about some of the things pertaining to Pap and some of the stories behind Pap, Pap was a heck of an individual. That's him right there, Howard Pappy Mason. And what I'm saying right now, I have a heart as pure as gold. And don't get me wrong, like I said right now, guess what? I was a bad person. You know what? But that don't mean, like I said, I went through hell, I changed. I'm saying right now, Pappy did a lot of things. I know right now in his older age, he regretted. He wished he had an opportunity to do something different. But Pappy had people from a young age that love and care about him. And right now he had a group, follow him. Great leader. But the difference is, imagine if he had these group of individuals, people that love and care about him, or that looked it up to him, if he had them in the right direction and follow them for all of the right reason, opposed to the wrong reason. And what I'm getting to is this, me and Pappy been around, we done share many different stories. I listened to him well. And recently, I received an email. And the email I received from this gentleman, and his brother, he was talking about his brother, his brother and Pappy was real close, and why nobody talk about his brother or whatever. So what I decided to do is, I want this to be the people's channel. So when somebody contact me and give me good content, I start thinking about it. What can I do? How can I share this story, but not only share the story, but share a message behind that? So anyway, right now, he was talking about his brother Nigel. And Nigel was a good guy. Him and Pappy, they grew up together in the Crown Heights section. So they wound up going away for the robbery charge, and they went away. So while they was upstate in the mountain, behind enemy line, okay, Pat was very militant. He got into something. He used to get into a lot of different things. And he got into something with the correction officer. And this particular time when he got into a beef with the correction officer, it was a Sergeant Fitzgerald. Him and his gang, they jumped Pappy, beat him down, and guess what? They sent him to the hole automatically. They jumped him, beat him down, sent him to the hole. So this is in Comstock, upstate New York. So what Pappy did was, Pappy sent word. And what he did was, he sent word back to this man, Nigel Caesar. Okay? When Pappy sent word back to Nigel, he said, look, and this is his brother that sent me the email in regards to this. So when Nigel got the message from Pappy sent word, listen, man, Sergeant Fitzgerald and his team beat me up. They, broke me down. And I'm all beat up in a hole. And they're going to give me probably 30, 40, 60 days in a hole, and they're going to kick me out and send me to another penitentiary. So Nigel, he told him right now, I want y'all to get him. So Nigel took it upon himself, went into the cafeteria, Comstock cafeteria, maximum A security. He went into the cafeteria. In front of, it was Sergeant Fitzgerald and the whole team, probably like 15, 20 correction officer. Nigel went up there and took his fist and he hooked off and he broke Sergeant Fitzgerald's jaw. And when he did that, as he was going down, Fitzgerald was going down, Nigel told him, that's from Pappy. That is from Howard Pappy Mason. Folks, sit back and think about it. Here it is, this man, they all incarcerated. They up there in no man land. Comstock, guess what? They monitor whether you get visit, whether people, like, mail you, whether people send you package. They monitor all that. Because right now, if you're an inmate acting up and you ain't getting no visit, you don't have no legal contact, you don't have any contact, guess what? They will murder you up there and act like it's a suicide, that you hung yourself. So just so happened when you look at it, you know what? This man, Nigel, he took it upon himself because Pappy sent word and he went after this guy. And when he went after this guy, he broke the sergeant jaw. So when he broke the sergeant jaw, what do you think happened? You know they beat the living crap out of Nigel. You know right now is, guess what? They sent him out to the hospital. But it didn't matter. Pappy Mason point got across. You know what I'm saying? His point got across. Once again, that's love. That's friendship. But sit back and ask yourself, man, like, will you want to put your friend in that type of predicament? Would you? You know, is that the right leadership? You know, don't get me wrong. It's all right to have your friend back. But once again, he became a human sacrifice for a cause, for, Pappy belief. Okay, that's what you believe and that's what you want to do. Okay, all well and good. But what I'm just trying to say right now is this, man, like, nah, don't do something for somebody that you won't do for yourself. And what I'm looking at is years later, what happened? Years later, a rookie police officer was assassinated in South Jamaica, Queens. Okay, February 26, 1988. And the rookie police officer, was supposed to be guarding the house of a witness. And as he was sitting there, okay, it's late. You sitting there, you bored, fell asleep. Okay, allegedly, guess what? These young guys came up and they executed him. And right now these are the gentlemen, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? You see, to my top, to the left, you got Pappy. And then you see you got David McCleary, okay, Todd Scott, Scott Cobb, and Marshall. So, like, look at that picture. These young guys, 4 guys, basically right now is, allegedly on the order of Howard Pappy Mason, they went ahead and they shot and murdered a cop, executioner style. That was 32 years ago, okay? That they took an order, allegedly from Pappy, and they executed a rookie police. These brothers been incarcerated since March of 1988. March of 1988. These guys was in their 20s. So what they did is they wanted to follow the words of somebody they look up to. And once again, this man had to have some powerful words. He had to have these guys, in a trance. Because once again, these guys sacrificed 32 years out of their life and still counting. For what? For more or less like following behind what? A wrong leader? I'm saying it's all about direction. It's all about, okay, here it is. I don't know. Would Pappy do that? Would Pappy took it upon himself and shot and killed, the rookie police officer? Would Pappy took it upon himself and punched, Sergeant Fitzgerald, in the jaw, breaking his jaw? I'm just saying, look what happened. Anybody can lead, but you got to lead with example. You got to lead. Anybody can lead, a horse, to water. But the thing, you got to make the horse drink the water. But so you can lead, but what the sense of leading if you leading the wrong way? And that's the problem, folks. That's what we need to start doing. Like I'm saying, let's stop letting the younger generation be sacrificed lamb. Most of us already experienced some of the things that they're going through. We have to try to lead them in the right direction. Coach, counsel, train them so they don't make these, bad, poor decisions. These men right now on the advice of somebody they look up to, guess what? They got 25 to life. They've been in jail 32 years and counting. Who to say if they ever gonna get out? They was kids. They was like in their 20s. They was kids. But yet and still they made a stupid mistake because they followed behind the words of an individual that, you know what, you can love somebody. But then again, what you have to do is think outside of that box. Okay? You got to ask yourself, if I do this, is it going to bring me pain or is it going to bring me pleasure? You know, and when I'm saying 32 years later, you don't think these young brothers regret that? You don't think how many times they in that jail cell or where are they at this present time? Going crazy, wishing they can turn back the hands of time, wishing that they didn't take that order, that they didn't go along with that mission. That was a suicide mission. This cost these brothers their life. Time out of their life they cannot get back. So to me, guys, boys, girls, men, I'm saying women, anybody that's out there that's listening, anybody that's out there at risk, listen, do not be a test dummy. Okay? I was a test dummy. Okay? Howard Pappy Mason was a test dummy. These guys right here in our photos, they was test dummy. Okay? All of us in one way or another, we was test dummy. Do not be a test dummy. Because if you be a test dummy, what's going to happen? You're going to end up like these guys with life. For what? For one bad mistake. You're going to end up like Nigel. Nigel did follow Pappy order, broke Fitzgerald's jaw. What happened to him? He got beat down, had to go to the hospital, got a new court case. For what? Was it worth it? And those are the things that you got to ask yourself each and every day. Before you do anything, ask yourself the quality question, is it going to bring me pain or is it going to bring me pleasure? But besides that, ask yourself, is it worth it? You have to use your head and think. I'm telling you right now, things that we do today can be costly to your future that you might don't even have a future. These young men is in jail and they've been in jail for 32 years, going on 33 years. Okay? All because of one mistake. All because they listened to the wrong person. Folks, we have to be better than that. Listen, man. Here it is. I am Brian Glaze Gibbs. Hey, this is my ministry. This book right here is my ministry. You know, follow me. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Check out all the folks that's out there. Check out, you know what? Like I say, audio, unique, audio, Mecca Audio. Check him out. Check out Miss T. Miss T tell a story. Harlem Heron. You know what I'm saying? Check out these folks or whatever. Check them out. If it's about, you know, if they can give you positive message in your ear, listen to them. Listen to the brother Hassan Campbell. You know, I listen to these folks. And you know what? All wise men seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. And I learn. And to me right now, guess what? None of us is proud of our past. Our past is our past. But if we're going to tell our past and tell our story to try to get people to stop being test dummy, that's what we need to do. OG Killer Cab, same thing. Listen to these messages. You know, listen to it, but learn from it. I'm not here. I want the Brian Glaze Gibbs channel to be the people channel. I want you to email me. You know what I'm saying? DM me. Follow me on Instagram, Brian Glaze Gibbs. And to me, if we got an interesting conversation or you give me some information, like, you know, good topic that we can speak about that's going to help people, that's what this is all about. This is my ministry is how do I save people? How do I stop them from being the next Brian Glaze Gibbs? How do I stop them from being the next Howard Pappy Mason? How do I stop them from being like picking up a brick, throwing it at a prison wall for absolutely nothing? Like I told you, this is my ministry and I'm not your typical minister. But what I want to do is my life was spared. I went through hell and back. And you know what? Now it's time for me to get back. Like I told you, I was ashamed. I am ashamed of all the stupidity stuff, the havoc, you know what I'm saying, selling drugs to my community, killing people. You know what I'm saying? Who am I to say who live and who die? I'm not God. You know, I should never been in that predicament in the first place. And that's what I say, this is not make-believe. This is reality. And what we have to do is we have to get out there, share our story, get these kids to understand. Grab them with our words. Like you grab them by the collar, but grab them with your words. Make sure your word is powerful. Make sure they listen to the words that come out your mouth and they understand. We're trying to save them. We don't want them going through hell and back. We've been there. We've been that test dummy. It's time for them to stop being a test dummy. It's time for them to listen to people that went through this, that went through hell and back. That's what you have to do. Right now, when you listen to these messages or you listen to these YouTubes or whatever, if they do not add value and the only thing they taking value away, you do not need to be listening to them. Once again, my name is Glaze Gibbs, and crime doesn't pay. If I can change, anybody can change. Why? Because change comes from within.